this is Mac from Mac's Cozy World. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I've posted a YouTube video on here, but today my little sidekick who is cozied up over here, Piper, and I would like to share with you guys the yarn winder that I got for my birthday just last week. I'm super excited about it. It is the yarn winder from Knit Picks and We Crochet, and I think it was ordered off of Amazon, and I'm super excited to try it out. We are going to test this messy bunch of acrylic yarn, cotton yarn, velvet yarn, and some random scrubby yarn that I have. I worked with it once and didn't particularly enjoy it, so we're going to see how it cakes up on the yarn winder today. I also thought I'd share with you a crochet book that I got for my birthday. Oh, there goes Piper. I guess it'll just be me today. But with that, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we are going to switch gears a little bit and wind up this bit of green acrylic yarn that I have. That mess of a ball of the other acrylic yarn that I had was just way more knotted and tangled than I had initially thought, and I really don't want to take the hour plus amount of time that it would take me to get it untangled just so we can test out the yarn winder over here. So I'm going to wind up this little bit of dark green acrylic that I have. I'm actually needed for a current project I'm working on anyway, so it's probably better that I do this one instead anyway. So we'll go ahead and loop it through, tuck it in, and let's get started. This one might come tangled a little bit as well, but at least I know where both ends are and it's not nearly as much yarn as the other one. I will confess that I did set this up earlier today and tested it out a little bit. I just wanted to make sure that I knew how to get it set up and how to wind the yarn through the little loops here and up here. But this is only the second time I've tried the acrylic yarn. I've noticed that the acrylic yarn obviously is a bit stretchier, so I'm trying to be mindful of not pulling too tight while I'm winding it, because I don't want the acrylic yarn to lose that bounce it has to it. So I'm just loosely holding it here so it doesn't get super loose and just kind of like loosely clump up and wind. But this will be so nice so that while I'm actually crocheting, I don't have to deal with this as much, I hope, or at all, with the caked up yarn. I get so annoyed when I'm working on a project and you get towards the end of the skein and it just turns into a mess, and then you're trying to untangle and unknot your yarn while it's still attached to your project. There have been times where I've just cut the yarn off my project so I could try to untangle the yarn a little bit better, but I do find that super irritating. All right, so we got this little guy caked up here. Oh, so cute. And then we'll just slide him off, tuck the yarn end in. All right. Well, got a little wonky up here, but you know, it's whatevs. Cute little cake guy. All right, so let's try this cotton yarn. This cotton yarn is a little messed up as well, so this one might also be interesting. There we go. I like how the cotton yarn cakes up. It looks really nice and clean. Oh, there went my yarn. I just leave it on the floor and let it chill down there while I'm winding it up. Let me know if you guys do anything else with your yarn while you're winding your skeins up. I know some people have those big, I don't know what they're called, those big wheel things that they put hanks of yarn on. You can't do that with a regular skein though. Like, do you put it in a bowl? Do you just let it flop around like I do? Let me know down in the comments. Oh yeah, this is nice. So when you're caking up a regular skein and it's not all wonky, it actually goes by pretty smoothly. I have noticed that you do have to keep at least somewhat even tension while you're winding the yarn, otherwise it like really loops up or loops out. But if you hold it too tight, it like shrinks at the bottom. So you've got to try to keep an even tension, I've noticed, when winding up the yarn. I'm really excited that this is going to help me organize my stash. I've had just like a bag of random yarn that kind of got all tangled together, and then I've got a bin, and I've got a random storage bin, and I've got just random bits of yarn everywhere. I don't need to cake up all of it, but I would say probably like a quarter of what I have laying around needs caked up. Mind you, I don't have a huge stash, so that's manageable for sure. Oh, we already reached the end. This one actually went pretty quick. Yeah, the cotton yarn, oh, it just cakes up so beautifully. I have a lot of cotton yarn in my stash. I'm not really sure what to do with. I've made some amigurumi with it, and I absolutely love the stitch definition. Love it. Gorgeous. But it hurts my hands. So I've started working towards acrylic yarn for my amigurumi, and that's a lot easier on my hands, but I do absolutely love the stitch definition of the cotton yarn. So maybe I'll try it again, but if you guys have any recommendations on what to do with the cotton yarn besides coasters, because I've made a bajillion coasters. I've made a lot of coffee cozies. Don't really want to make a washcloth. If you guys have any like cute ideas for cotton yarn projects, let me know in the comments down below. Love how this one caked up. All right, so now we're going to try this velvet yarn, which I'm a little worried about, not gonna lie. Where's the end? There it is. This one I did not do a center pole. This was one of the first yarns that I bought when I started learning how to crochet. So I started learning how to crochet back in March of 2023. And I started with cotton, and I think I got some acrylic yarn, but I really wanted to make a plushie, and I guess I didn't really realize at the time that you could just make plushies with acrylic yarn or cotton yarn, not plushies, amigurumi. But I wanted to make a plush because that's what was all over Instagram and they were so cute. So I went to the yarn store and grabbed some soft yarn. I ended up grabbing like an Aran weight velvet yarn, and I hated it. Absolutely hated it. Hated working with it. That was terrible. It sheds a bunch. I made a cow, which is on one of the couple of the previous videos that I've made. It's also on my Instagram. You guys can go check it out if you want. That was my first amigurumi plush I made, and then I made a bat with the velvet yarn, and I'm like, never again, never again, never again. I did end up doing a pattern test, a mystery pattern test for someone that I used a bit of the velvet yarn for, but I used a larger hook and it was a lot easier to do. And I enjoyed that more. So, I haven't used it since then. It's just chilling in my stash. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I'll have to figure out something though. Maybe I'll try making another plush again. I don't know. And then people have told me like, oh, you know, try a different yarn, like Bernat blanket, like a chunkier yarn. I'm just like, you know, I don't think the plush yarn life is for me I really don't. I think they're super cute, and I love how the amigurumi, the plushes come out that other people do. Oh, my yarn went super AWOL there. But I just don't think it's for me. I've also been trying to work on projects that are more practical, that are not like amigurumi. I'm working on a granny square blanket that another reason why I hate this yarn. I'm gonna just include it in my cake because I don't want to deal with it right now. And I would like to keep it all together. Anyway, I've been working on a granny square blanket. Been working on it for a while. Took me, geez, look, another one. Anyway, it took me a little over a month to finish all the granny squares. I made 77 granny squares, and then it took me another month to start putting it together. I've got half of the squares connected like vertically on the blanket, and then that's it. So, you know, it's a long work in progress. It's I work on it when I feel like it type of thing. I have to work on it on the floor. It's the easiest way for me to have enough space to work on it, and I'm getting old and I can only sit on the floor like that for so long before my legs start to hurt, so a little bit at a time. I also finished my very first wearable, which was a hexie cardigan. Super cute. I haven't posted any pictures or clips of it yet. I love how it turned out. I thought it was so cute, and they're actually really easy to make. Like, if you're wanting to make a wearable like for the first time, I definitely recommend a granny hexagon cardigan because it was so easy. Also, I just love the granny stitch. Love it. I think it's the best. I see a lot more granny square projects, granny stitch projects in my future. I had a cousin order some bookmarks from me, and I used the granny stitch for that. I made little granny square bookmarkers that had 3 granny squares, and then I attached them to make a little rectangle. And then I made 3 corner bookmarks using the granny stitch, so granny triangles, and just attached them together. Super cute. I also have pictures and a couple reels of those on Instagram. If you wanted to check them out, I did them in like really sweet colors, I think, personally. I did white, bright orange, bright pink, and then a nice brighter lilac purple, I would say. Wow. Wow. Okay. I'm very impressed with how this caked up. I thought it was going to be a shed show. Huh, get it? No, but for real, I thought it would. Wow, it didn't even get really tangled. I am impressed with how it caked up. I'm not super impressed with how it crochets, but you know, just my opinion. All right, let's get the tails tucked in here. Again, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this yarn. I have some of this, some of the black, and some in like a spa green color left over. Oh, I don't know what happened here. Uh-oh. User error, I suppose. I'm just gonna wrap it around. That was totally me. That had nothing to do with the yarn winder. Wow, this caked up really nice. It's probably the best, like, uniform shaped one that I've done so far. That's surprising. Oh my gosh, what the heck did I do? You know what, we're just gonna, it's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so now we're gonna try this yarn, this scrub yarn. This one I'm interested to see if it, like, tugs a bunch while it's getting caked, or if it knots up at all. Which is something that happened while I was crocheting with it. First off, you can't see your stitches. Second of all, it kept getting like stuck on itself, which was super annoying. So far it's all right. Yeah. So I made a washcloth with this stuff and I used just this. And then I still had a bunch left over. I still have a bunch left over. So I made a couple of dish scrubbies, and with that, I stranded it with a regular cotton with some white cotton, and I could actually see the stitches, so it was easier to work with. But I haven't worked with this since. You know what? It would actually maybe make a cool amigurumi because it's fuzzy. It'd be difficult, no doubt, and I would probably get frustrated. But maybe if I strand it with a regular cotton, it might be okay. Like double it up with some regular cotton. That's an idea, actually. Huh. Maybe I will try that. It's actually a really good idea. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have ever used this scrubby cotton yarn for anything other than washcloths or dish scrubbies. Actually, I hadn't thought of using it for anything else really until now. I think it'd be pretty cool. But it's caking up nicely. I'm not really having any problems with it, so that's cool. I noticed once you like really get in the groove, you can just go really fast. It looks crazy. Oh. I have it set up in my living room on my coffee table because unfortunately the lip on my dining table, oh, see here, we got it stuck on itself somewhere. Ooh, just gonna rip that. Anyway, the lip on my dining table is too short, so I had to set it up on my glass coffee table, which I'm not sure is a great idea, but it's working out okay so far. I could probably hook it up to my desk upstairs, but it's messy up there. So I thought the living room would maybe be better to film this in. Wow, this caked up really like a lot quicker and a lot nicer than I thought it would. Pleasantly surprised. Wow, this looks nice. Yeah, that caked up super nice. Super cute. Okay, so far, I think I give this little Knit Picks ball winder, yarn winder a 10 out of 10. It was super affordable. It's really easy to set up, super easy to use. You can use a variety of yarn types with it. I don't know how it would do with like a bulkier yarn. I think you could probably shove it into these little slits just fine though. You would be limited to how big you could wind it up because there's not a ton of space between here, but I mean, I really probably wouldn't want a giant cake of yarn anyway. I don't know. That was weird. But yeah, like I said, 10 out of 10. I definitely recommend it. Got it off of Amazon. Really affordable price. Also, I saw that Tony from TL Yarn Crafts has the Knit Picks one, so I was like, well, if it's good enough for her, then it should be good enough for all of us, right? Anyway, that is the end of our yarn winding portion of the video. I just wanted to share with you guys this crochet book that I also got for my birthday that I am stoked about. It is A Year of Granny Squares by Kylie Molita. Not really sure how to pronounce her last name. It's got 52 granny square crochet patterns, one for every week of the year, and they're really beautiful, super intricate granny squares, and I'm really excited to try it out. I haven't started any of them yet, but I'm going to start on week, if I do one today, I will start on week 16, which is this, I don't want to show any of the pattern, but it is this sunflower days granny square. But if I don't start on one tomorrow, then I'll do the next one, which is this pretty granny square. and then I'll crochet one a week through until next year, and then put them all together and have a year's worth of granny squares. It'll be my first year in my 30s, so we'll see how the blanket turns out and how my first year of being an official 30-year-old adult has gone. So stay tuned for that in a year. Also thought I'd share with you, I recently got into this really cute cozy mystery series called Shady Hollow by Juno Black. This is the second book in the series. The first book is called Shady Hollow. But if you're looking for a really quick, easy, simple read, I definitely recommend it. If you're into cozy mysteries, it's about woodland creatures. Like, the characters are actually little woodland creatures. The main character is Vera Vixen, who's a fox. She's a reporter, but it's super fun and super cute. And if you want to just have an easy, chill, relaxing read, I definitely recommend them. That concludes today's video. Thank you all for tagging along. If you like this video, give it a like. If you want to follow along more on my crochet journey, make sure to subscribe. I do post reels every now and then, definitely a lot more often than I post regular YouTube videos. You can also follow me on Instagram, and I recently just got Twitter, and it's Max Cozy World on there. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next video.